Do you have a LinkedIn profile? Do you even need a LinkedIn profile if you're a nanny? Today I'll show you how a LinkedIn profile can help your personal brand as a nanny. If we haven't met before, I'm Michelle Kelsey, founder of the Nanny Solution by Nannies on Call. Each week I bring you a new video to educate and inspire you to get better jobs, make more money, and become a leader in the industry. Let's dive right into it today. Last week we talked about cleaning up your online presence. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it up there. Did you notice that when I was showing you how to Google your name in an incognito window, the first thing that comes up is my LinkedIn profile? I was using my name as an example. Here are a couple more examples of team members at Nannies on Call and the Nanny Solution. And you can see when I Google Lisa Bruce, there it is at the top. Kate McGeckin, there it is at the top. Sylvana Felix, there it is at the top. They all have LinkedIn profiles, and LinkedIn has such great SEO that when you Google their name, it's the first thing that appears, even though they have bios on our website, Facebook pages, Instagram. It can be a huge benefit when you're out there looking for work or you're trying to raise your professional profile as a nanny. To me, it seems like the easiest, fastest way to promote yourself online in a professional manner. According to the Pew Research Center, LinkedIn usage is especially high among the educated, bachelor degree holders and up, and high earners, those who make $75,000 a year or more. Exactly the types of people with whom you'd want to connect with professionally. I got that out of Forbes magazine. And I think that's really true. So what we have to do is frame the reason for creating that profile in LinkedIn, and then you can create your profile to match that. Well, I think the reason to create a LinkedIn profile for nannies is to have a professional presence online. It really is like Facebook for business, and you can post stories, you can write articles, you connect with other people, and that way you can get references and referrals, you can get people who speak to your qualifications, and when you're applying for jobs, you can then send that link as one of the things that you're sending to the family to show how professional you are. So let's go through a few of the details about how to set it up. Let's start with your photo. It should be a headshot. This is your professional image that's going to be online. So a headshot, plain background. Here's an image of mine. A friend of mine who's a photographer actually took it, but you can go out with your iPhone and take a quick photo. You don't have to hire someone, do a whole photo shoot, nothing like that. Just take your camera out and purposely wear a collared shirt or a professional top, go outside, take your photo, and you can add that one to LinkedIn. You want to make sure it's not like some of your other photos that are in Instagram or Facebook, maybe you on vacation or you hiking. You want this one just to be your headshot with no other distractions in the photo. If you're unsure of what to do, just log on to LinkedIn and look through some profiles and see what kind of images are on there, and that should give you a good idea of how to proceed. The next important thing is the headline. This is where you tell people what you're an expert in. So LinkedIn will automatically take your last job or your most recent job and use that as the headline. You want to curate that headline so that you can have terms in there that are important to you and showcase your skills. So terms like nanny, newborn care specialist, anything that you've done or have certification in, you want to put those in your headline. 20 years of experience as a nanny and a newborn care specialist. Whatever it is, this is your chance to shine. This headline is what shows up under your name and your most recent job. You really want it to stand out with what your skills are and what your expertise is in. Now, of course, make sure you add all of your jobs. That includes any of your volunteer experience. This is your time to shine and showcase what experiences you've had in the past. Everything from your summer nanny positions, your camp counselor positions, your daycare positions, whatever it is, put them all on there. Additional experience is okay as well. This is your time to show that you have worldly experience and you've done other things. That's absolutely fine. LinkedIn is the place for all your past work experience and your volunteer experience, as well as the associations you might be part of. So if you're part of INA, make sure you add that in. For those of you who don't know, that's the International Nanny Association. So make sure you link to some of those places that you're associated with, that you volunteered at, and that you've worked at in the past. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all the parts you have to fill in on LinkedIn or else we'd be here all day. And LinkedIn does a really good job of walking you through every component. They also, just like Facebook, have a section where you can look at your profile the way others see you, so you can keep switching back and forth to see what it looks like. But now that you've got the basics up, your headline, your name, your photo, and your past experience, you want to start connecting and interacting with other people. The people I'd start with are if your past employers are on there, reach out to them and connect with them. Feel free to reach out to me if you want someone to connect with in the industry. But curate your connections with past employers, other nannies that are in your field and peers. There are nanny agencies on LinkedIn, so connect with ones in your city, in your area, people you want to follow. Look for articles on nannying, newborn care specialists, anyone that you can think of in the industry that's also on LinkedIn. Start connecting with all those people. There's no need to spend too much time on this, but it's a great way to connect. And it's a great way to then get your past employers to write you recommendations on LinkedIn. So you start to build that history on there, and there's no better time than right now to give it a try. Finally, I've already mentioned it a couple times, but there's an area for recommendations. Be sure to reach out to past employers for their recommendations on LinkedIn. It's a really great way to keep recommendations and for people to be able to see them really quickly without even talking to you. By finding your LinkedIn profile, they'll be able to say everything about you. Well, I didn't go through everything on LinkedIn, but I did want to show you how important it is to create a professional profile online and how LinkedIn can help you do that. If you're so tired of Facebook groups and the low wages and the low offers and connecting with families on Facebook, give LinkedIn a try. There are quite a few nannies who already have profiles on LinkedIn, and that's fantastic. It really is a great way for you to showcase your fantastic nanny experience, your history, connect with others in the industry, and have a professional presence online. LinkedIn is where you want to go to create that professional brand that you want to show families when you're looking for a job. If you have LinkedIn already, let me know if it's working for you, if you found it beneficial. If you don't have LinkedIn yet and you set it up, send me a request. I'd love to connect with you. I hope that got you thinking about creating a LinkedIn profile, and if you have one, maybe even just updating it. I hope that inspires you to start creating a personal brand online. It can start with LinkedIn and you can build from there. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.